Hello, welcome to an episode of Manilo Academy. And today we'll be doing one-step equations with whole numbers. X plus 2 equals 4. So what we gotta do is put a line to divide the answer and the problem. Now we gotta find the value of x. So since it's a positive 2, we gotta subtract 2 on each side. And since they cross out, it's only x there. And 4 minus 2 equals 2. And the x stays there. And don't forget about the equal sign. So we just add the equal sign again, which is x equals 2. Ta-da! Next time.
Thank you very much. Contact us at www.maniloacademy.net. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Manilo Academy. Today we're going to talk about how to solve one-step equations with fractions. So here we have x times 1/3 equals 4 as our equation. So we do the line thing to separate the equation and the answer. And don't get confused about the fraction. Even though it may look like it's division because of the bar, it's actually multiplication and it's being multiplied by the x. So we know that in order to isolate the variable, we're going to divide 1/3 by 1/3, which leaves us 0. Then we're going to divide 4 by 1/3 because we have to do both things on both sides. So on the left side, we have only x. But on the right side, we have 4 divided by 1/3, which, because of the reciprocal, is 4 over 1 times 3 over 1. Just like it's being shown here. And the answer to that is 12 over 1, which we can turn into a mixed number, not a mixed number, a regular number of 12. X equals 12 in this problem.
Alright, we're live. Hello and welcome to another episode of Manilo Academy, where Martin will demonstrate two-step equations.
Two-step equations are very similar to your regular one-step equations, only there's a slight difference. There's an additional step, hence the name two-step equation. So here we have x times 2 plus 2 equals 4. The plus 2 is the main difference because that's an additional step you're going to have to deal with first, using a process called SAD-MEG, where the SA stands for subtraction addition, and you get rid of that first. So as you can see here, we're eliminating the 2 on both sides to just get the problem side back to a regular one-step equation. Then once we solve that, we go back to having our regular old x. You do the same thing on the other side, the inverse operation, and then look at that. Two-step equations are not that difficult. They're just the same thing. Hello and welcome to another episode of Manilo Academy, where today Christian will demonstrate how to solve two-step equations with fractions.
Two-step equations with fractions is the same thing as a regular two-step equation, only this time they add fractions, as you can see on the picture. So in this problem, it's x times 1/2 plus 2 equals 4. So we subtract 2 on both sides, which is x and a half and 2. So now you gotta divide 2 by 1/2. And you just do the reciprocal. So it would become 4 over 1. Or 4 equals x.
Colors! Pretty colors! Hey! Welcome to another episode of Manilo Academy, where our co-host Christian Z gives you the lowdown on those pesky multi-step equations. Christian, let's hear it.
Multi-step equations are the same as the other equations, only this time you add distributive property.
That's very true, Christian. Here, how do you solve this example for us?
So first you do the distributive property shown in the problem right there. So basically you multiply 3 times 2x and 3 times 2. So basically be 6x plus 6 equals 36. And then now you do the regular one-step equation,
Two-step equation.
two-step equations showed on our previous videos, and it's pretty much it, which is x equals 5. Quack.
Woohoo! Looks like that's how you solve a multi-step equation. Thanks a lot, Christian. And remember, dear viewers, we will catch you on the upswing.
Please subscribe. We're live, and hello, welcome to another episode of Manilo Academy, where Name will demonstrate how to solve multi-step equations with fractions.
Not with fractions. They're just going to be really complex. Look at Christian trying to pull a prank on us. That's life here at the Manilo Academy offices. But first off, I just want to tell you that this multiple-step equation could get a little bit tricky. If I'm going to write it out for you here right now, you'll see that this is a real doozy of a problem. If you look at this, this is a real doozy. Look at this. Look how long that is. Now, one thing I think is really important to remember is if you look here, in between those two distributive properties, that minus acts as a -1, and that is what you do the distributive property with on this thing. So that would be -1x plus -4. But enough, let's actually solve the problem now. Here we have the first layer. We're going to do 4x plus 6. And remember, that's a -1 that we did the distributive property with. So that's -1x minus 4 would equal 6. Now we're going to go back to the other kinds of equations where we're going to combine like terms. So if we add the 6's together, we get 3x, because that -1x is going to take 1x off of the 4x, which means we have 3x plus only 2 will equal 6. Now here we know what to do. We're going to subtract 2 from both sides. We have 4, and then x, there we go, divided by 3. 4 divided by 3. And doing a little work on my calculator here, I see that 4 divided by 3 is going to equal 1.3 with a bar notation, because that 3 is going to go on, it's going to go on for a real long time. I can tell you like at least 200 billion times, because that's how math works. And then we know that that equals x, and then this is our answer. Look how complex that complex equation was. It was very complex, but you know what? Because of Manilo Academy, you've probably learned how to conquer it today. We will see you later, Kristen.